Well, there's the nose. Look at that wing. There's the wing. I wonder if I've got any foam left. That's the prop. That's foam, but it might not be there. So I'll try this front end for a quick fit. That's how that will go. And hopefully the screws, or the screw holes, are lining up. That is there, that is there, and that is there. That's wonderful. Good. Okay. There's a bit of a gouge out here where I lost foam. Maybe that little bit of foam I had goes there. No, it's too big. It's got to be somewhere in the wing, but I will fill that with hot glue. And just here there's a bit of a hole. That looks okay. Keep that nice and level. That's glued in fine. Let's pin that. It's got glue on it. Just need to make sure it stays in line. There we go. There. Okay, so we just leave that for a while now. Right, so the first thing I'm definitely going to do is just plug this in there. That way around. That just glues in there. I'm pretty sure I have. Oh no, look there. So that will go in there. And that will go in there, but there's a crack here that I need to pin as well. So let me get on and do that, and this is basically just going to be glue and cocktail sticks. Right, that's that bit here. You can see all the gnarliness. I'm just going to put some hot glue in those bits. Let's bring that up a bit. It's dropping. I need to bring this up a bit. So I want one of these sticks going through the lot of it. And then I can bring that back there. That's it. Okay. I don't have any more bits of foam. That is it. I'm going to go in that way. That's it. That's better than that one. When we let those dry, a couple of hours for me, it'll be instantly for you.
Much, much later.
I've been rather busy with the most damaged wing, which happened to be the starboard wing. And this is my solution. Let's start where the damage all was. So what I've done is I glued a little bit of foam in there, as you saw. And then I filled the rest in with hot glue. Used a scalpel just to shape it, and then I've put my rubberized tape over the top, and I've got clear tape on the bottom holding the folds in. And then I've done the same here. I've used hot glue on all the, I call them teeth marks, where the stones had ripped into the foam, smoothed it over, and then put this rubberized tape over it again, my hazard warning tape. I've tried to trim it out so it's pretty equal. I've done the same on the bottom, as you can see there. And I've also got clear tape holding it in place right across the bottom, because the reason for that is this is a straight piece of tape, whereas under here it's cut into sections so it can go around the curves. So I've got clear tape all along there. I've left the light strips uncovered, unchanged. This runs on the edge of the light strip but not on it. And that's my repaired wing. And I'm hoping, well, in fact I know I can do it on the other wing, because the other wing didn't have as much damage. I better get on and do the other one. I've decided to take both servos out, and these are Tower Pro servos. I think they came from Tower Hobbies. And they're metal geared. Not that I should need it, but they're metal geared. And those will replace the two servos in the fuselage. One of those servos will be thrown away, the other one I'll keep as a spare.
So much later that the old narrator got tired of waiting and they had to hire a new one.
Phew, don't want to do that again. But there it is, the wings, or the leading edges of the wings have been fixed and repaired. This was the least damaged wing. And again, I think this one will be okay. So I can move the wings to one side. See what they look like that. You can't see a thing. There are the wings. Go into the fuselage like that. So they're going away. Well, I've been playing ahead with this and I haven't been recording because the battery ran out and I couldn't see the monitor. I was yakking away. Anyway, what have I done? I've replaced the servos underneath, only one of them though. I just checked the other one and it looked fine and operated fine. This is the dodgy servo. See that click? It's not good. It's got one there as well. So that's junk. I put the prop braids on, put the motor in, put the motor wall up. I've got an AR410 in there, tucked away in the top. Currently I've just got the zippy compact sitting up there. AR410's in the back up there. This goes on perfectly. Throttle. Working fine, brake works fine. So we've got right rudder, left rudder, different rates, up elevator, different rates down elevator. And look at it move. So it's basically all done. The wings are done. Oh yes, and most importantly, voila! Let there be light. Still totally controllable by the transmitter.
Two hours later.
Because I couldn't get it on camera, I've done this. I've cut the fuselage all the way down the join line. Then I've embedded my carbon spar into it. I've actually glued it in using Foam-Tac. Then I've applied epoxy with micro balloons over the top of it. I'm letting that dry now. Got some fibre tape I'll put over it. And then I've got some white tape I'll put over that. And my work here is done. Because it's heavier towards the tail, I can put a 2200 in here now to balance it out. So let's summarise. I rebuilt the front end, stuck it all back together, cocktail sticks, Foam-Tac. Replaced the spinner, replaced the prop blades, put the motor back in. This is the original canopy from the crash. You can see it's got a bit of a strain mark there, but it works. Inside here, what have I done? Well, I've actually taken out the safe and AS3X receiver. And in the back here, I've velcroed in an AR410. Speed control is back in there. I've moved the battery holder from the back here to the front, so the battery lies between these two marks, and I've had to add 10 grams of iron to the nose here, just 10 grams, so I don't mind about that. To balance it out, that's all done. Tape this up as well. In the back here, I've replaced this servo with a Metal Gear servo. Checked my wing nut tech board is still all working, and it is. This white tape, underneath this white tape, there is a spar, a flat carbon spar, 5mm deep, 2mm thick. And I've cut the seam line and embedded it in the seam line, glued it in, pushed it just below the surface. Then I've put epoxy with micro balloons all over it there, and then some fibre tape, and finally some white tape. And that has almost straightened up that fuselage, and there's not so much wobble in it. I've had to glue these back in. These rods all pulled out, and the little pins here holding them in had come out, so they're all glued back together. And that's basically, if I remember rightly, the fuselage. That's all good. Wings, well, the one that wasn't damaged too badly, I've just taped up. This one I had to do some re-gluing of foam, some cocktail sticks to hold it in. Had to remould this corner here, which I didn't do very well, but it should be okay. Tape it all up. Clear tape over that to hold it all in place. Trim it down. I've had to glue the light wire back in because that all got ripped out. And there we are, that's done. And the same on this wing. This one wasn't so bad. There's a few holes I had to fill in and a crack. When I get cracks in wings, what I do is I twist them opposite directions, put a bit of Foam-Tac in, bring them back, and then put a cocktail stick through. Seems to do the trick. Also still got a little bit of gnarling on the underside, but what could you do, hey? And that's it. So it balances out the original C of G marking point that I've been flying it on. 2200 milliamp hour battery this time instead of an 1800. No safe, no AS3X. I seriously do not think it needs it. And because of these repairs, I've got a new enthusiasm for this glider, and I'm hoping now that I'll be able to trim it out and put in some mix between the throttle and the elevator. So as I throttle up, the elevator will slightly go down for down elevator, but because the throttle will push it up into the sky, but it won't go up 90 degrees, stall and drop down. I'm looking forward to actually trying it out at the field, giving it a remade and trim it all out, etc. See how it behaves this time. So thanks for watching, stay safe, stay well, and I'll see you on another video. Cheers!